What is up, guys? My name is Robert Donaldson, and today we are back with episode number 56 of Rob's Best Bets for the date of January 28th, 2023. And as always, you can find me over on Twitter at RobDFB. And if you want more content like this in the future, please hit that like and subscribe button because it really does help out a ton. And before we get into the picks, let's recap Friday's betting performance. And we swept the damn board on Friday. Love to see it. For back-to-back great days in the green, which is what you love to see. And with that said, we have another fantastic slate here on Saturday with 10 picks in this video. So let's jump right into this right now. All right, for our first pick of the day, we are headed out to the MAC, where we have Western Michigan going up against Central Michigan. And although these teams sort of come off as bottom feeders in the conference, and to a certain extent that is true, Western Michigan has actually been really impressive this season when I've watched them, and especially as of late. And they're also really veteran heavy. I've been waiting for a spot to take the Broncos here on the money line, and I think this is it. So let's take Western Michigan on the road on the money line for 2 units for our first pick of the day. For our second bet of the day, we are taking a look at an SEC Big 12 matchup between Florida and Kansas State. And this Florida team has been on a tear as of late, and I just can't go up against them right now, even on the road. So I say we take the 5.5 points that we're getting for 2 units for our second play of the day. For pick number 3, we are headed over to the Colonial, where we have Northeastern going up against Delaware. And last time out in this matchup, Delaware built up a very big lead by double digits on the road, but ended up just folding down the stretch in a 1-point loss. Listen, I still think Delaware is the better team here, and now they're at home in this matchup. So let's take Delaware, laying the 6.5 points at home for 3 units for our third pick of the day. For pick number 4, we are taking a look at a matchup between Troy and South Alabama in the Sun Belt, and South Alabama is just one of those sub 500 teams who is just much better than their record would suggest, and I think they pulled this one outright at home. So screw the points. Let's just take the Jags here on the money line for 3 units for our fourth pick of the day. For pick number 5, we are headed over to the Big 12 SEC Challenge, where we have Alabama taking on Oklahoma on the road. And if there's any matchup where Alabama can potentially trip up, it's going to be in a crazy environment, going up against an unfamiliar opponent who is desperate to get a resume-making win. I say we take the 6.5 points here with Oklahoma for 3 units, and for an additional unit, let's sprinkle the money line here as well. For pick number 6, we are staying in the Big 12 SEC Challenge, where we have Arkansas taking on Baylor in Waco, and I think Baylor absolutely rolls by however many points they want in this one, especially with how banged up Arkansas is right now. So let's lay the 6.5 points with Baylor at home for 4 units for our 6th pick of the day. For pick number 7, we are taking a look at a matchup between Wisconsin and Illinois, and we've been really looking for a spot to bet Wisconsin recently, and I think this just has to be it, especially at home in front of a Rockin' Madison home crowd. So let's take the Badgers here on the money line for 4 units for our 7th pick of the day. For pick number 8, we are headed over to the ACC, where we have Clemson traveling to Florida State, and Florida State got really burned by a very hot shooting start by Miami last time out, and they could just never close the gap. But even when they're healthy, Clemson doesn't have the guys to replicate that kind of performance, and now they're going to be missing Brevin Galloway, which, if you don't know or you're not familiar with the Brevin Galloway story, head on over to Twitter, type his name into your search bar, and you're going to be dying laughing. It's just a ridiculous story, especially in the middle of the season. And also, they're going to be potentially down Alex Hemingway and Chase Hunter, who are 2 more really good ball handlers for them. This is a major upset spot for the Noles, I think. So let's take the Noles to get it done and take them getting the 3.5 points at home for 4 units. And for an extra unit, let's sprinkle the money line here as well. For pick number 9, we are taking a look at a matchup between Creighton and Xavier, and I am a firm believer in this Creighton team right now after a really slow start to the season, and a lot of that was because Ryan Kalkbrenner was out for them with that sickness or that illness. But man, even with Xavier playing great basketball right now, I think this crowd is going to be electric, and I think the Jays have all of the talent in the world to match up with Xavier and get this one done. So let's lay the 4.5 points for 5 units for our 9th pick of the day. All right, for our final pick of the day, we are headed out to the Pac-12 where we have Washington State taking on Arizona State. And this line really tells the whole story about who the better team is in this matchup. And I really love the Cougars here to pull off a big win, despite what the records might say. And I think they win this one by double digits as well. So let's lay 3 points with Washington State for 5 units for our final pick of the day. And feel free to dabble with alternate lines in this one here as well. All that being said, I want to thank all of you for checking out today's video. And if you want to show some love, head on over to Twitter and drop a follow at RobDFB. And if you want to drop a like in this video, subscribe to the channel and comment down below. I always appreciate that as well. And with that said, y'all, I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.